Okay. Good morning, folks. I'll do a sound check right here first. If you folks can hear me, let me know. I got to do a little bit of adjusting of the camera and such. Sorry about that. We'll get it. All right. Get the camera. There we go. Well, let's move it. So we got a fair amount of people on already. Sound doing okay? I'll get that taken care of before I get going here. No comments yet. All right. Yep. Okay. Hear me fine. Okay. Very good. Good morning, everyone. Uh, Friday, April 28th, 2023. Uh, Managers Live Update. Glad you're here. And, well, just kind of get into it. If you notice today's, oh, yeah, I was going to mention it. I didn't write it down, but it's on our mind. We have one of our residents that's, from what I read on the Facebook. So once you get, that's a Facebook information, but I'm sure it's accurate that the Lou Dadona, who has made a lot of lighthouses and a lot of woodworking, I understand he's up at Rollerson, and they have, well, I don't know exactly where he's at, but he's up there at a hospital, and hospice has been called in. So keep Lou and his family in your thoughts and prayers today. And that was the reason for the lighthouse, to kind of uh, honor him. Uh, Longtime resident, and he's in his 90s, and had been very active up to really a short time ago. So anyway, that was a little bit of sad information there, but thank you everybody. If you don't have Facebook or certain friends on Facebook, you might not have seen the announcement. But anyway, uh, keep Lou and his family in your prayers, thoughts and prayers. And we have Nancy and Sig and Charlotte and Renee and Ed and Linda Rafferty and okay, Ernie and Fred. Good morning to you all. Okay, I'll start out with some Bluestream Fiber information. The installs are moving along very much so. Originally, when they were here and doing the sit down registration, I believe it was last Friday. I got the information that, or maybe it was Monday of this week, that so far, at that point, 275 people had registered with the Bluestream Fiber, and I'm not sure how many of those had scheduled installs, but they've been installing quite a few people, and people have been getting online. And once you have the TV hooked up, they say it's a real great picture. Been working pretty good. Now, it just so happens that at the time they've gotten hooked up, we've had storms roll through and lightning and power glitches, and because we're on the end of a line with FP&L, we get some spurious glitches, and you every now and then you'll have to reboot your equipment. And okay, uh, well, I need to make sure my phone doesn't go off. Sorry about that. Should have done that ahead of time, but all right. Jim Pettit says he has no sound. Does anybody else have? I, I was told that Nancy heard me fine. Um, just let me know. Yes, yay or nay. Because if I'll restart or whatever, what happens to? Okay, Margaret has yes has sound. So Jim, check your settings. Maybe I don't know. Turn up your sound. Sometimes if you mute Facebook, you have to remember to unmute it. Hopefully that's it. Okay, Bluestream Fiber. Um, 275 registered. Installs are going smoothly, which is there's been one or two glitches. So um, got it. And see, so what did I see? Freddy's. Oh, he likes that beautiful picture. Uh, breaking up. Well, don't know what to tell you, Jim. Uh, maybe it's on your end. Hopefully, it's not for everybody. He says it's breaking up for him. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. Also, the shop, office, and clubhouse have been connected with Bluestream. We have not totally transferred over there here in the office because we don't have the phone line capability yet, and we have to because we're got a network in here. Got to get the ICS in here to take care of our make sure we're connected via the network, and it's a little bit different cabling and stuff. So we'll have to take care of it that way. The clubhouse, they were there and they did install it, and on Wednesday, but it will have a password. The Wi-Fi at the clubhouse will have a password, and I did not get that information. Still trying to track it down. But once we have it, we will publish the password information for it, the clubhouse, so you can just go in there, and then but you will have to connect to. Uh, it'll definitely tell. It says AO Clubhouse and slash fitness, and I believe that is the Wi-Fi. Is the SSID they call it, and then there will be a password that you'll have to put in to get on the password or on the Wi-Fi at the clubhouse. We will publish that and probably even put up a couple posters or pieces of paper with the Wi-Fi on it in the clubhouse so that you won't have to. But once you put it in, your device should remember it. Okay. Uh, should go over how to reboot. Nancy, basically a reboot is you just unplug. I'll bring this up. Um, to reboot, all you do is unplug it and plug it back in. Take the power off to it and plug it back in. If we get some stray electricity, brownout, or extra voltage shot, your device may kind of go into a different mode. Usually, unplugging the power to it and letting it reboot up does bring it back on. At least with the two people that I went to their house, and that's what it took to get back online. Also, um, you know, okay, and she said she had to go into settings. I don't know why we had to go into settings, but we will, if there, especially if we can find those settings, and maybe we'll make a FAQ page on Bluestream on our web page so that we'll shorten it down, especially for us, what you got to do to get back online if somehow you're offline. They are printing more and getting more of the starter packets and trying to get them to people. We do have a few up here in the office, so if you do need a starter packet, we have a few here. Uh, if you can get by without it, please, for now. But those that need the starter packet, we have some here. It'll probably go fast now that I've mentioned it. Okay, that's all for the Blue Stream at the moment, unless you have some questions. Um, okay, well, Janet Oaks, Blue Stream works good up north in Pennsylvania. Is that with the app, Janet, or is that with you have a provider there too? Um, and they give you that app information? Kind of let us know on that. I would assume that's the app, but I'm not 100% certain. But if you have any more questions on Bluestream, and if you see in the ticker across the bottom, once you have Bluestream working here in the park, you will definitely want to disconnect from Comcast. And those that are seasonal residents and you already left, you can also disconnect from Comcast. Make sure that way you won't get a bill. But use that number down there. That gets you straight to one that has more information about Ancient Oaks, and they aren't going to try to talk you into trying to stay with. They won't try to upsell you near as much as the regular 800 line that you would find everywhere else. And you'd be able to disconnect. I already disconnected the shop from Comcast out back, and it went smoothly. Uh, because the shop only has the security cameras online, and they weren't working. So anyway, we disconnected that. But that's the number, the one going across the bottom, to disconnect from Comcast. And that is only for your TV services. If you're keeping your um, internet or your phone through the Comcast, then if you call that to disconnect your TV services, make sure you don't disconnect your other services if you're keeping them. Uh, yeah, Fred said something about all the buttons do on the remote. It's the rhythm. Yeah, I've looked at it. It's similar. Let's see, do I have one here? Yes, we did. I'll hold it up. It's very similar to the uh, Comcast or Xfinity remote. The main one that you need to worry about is this one here with the blue on it. It connects you to the. I guess they use a Google Assistant type thing, and you can use the voice. Once you've set it up, you can use the voice. I know this button here, you hold it and it repairs the remote with your little box. And then one that people accidentally touch, this one, can you see it on there? Let's see if you can read it. The camera close in on it. Maybe not. That says input. I've already had to go to a couple places, people's houses, and it says it wasn't working. And that input button, they had got it turned back to TV or something. And so I had to show them how to use that to get it to whichever HDMI port they were connected to. So yes, a little bit. There'll be a little bit of learning curve on it. It's really not really much. I don't think it's any more difficult than what the Xfinity remote was. Hopefully, as time goes on, we'll all be able to help each other on it as we learn stuff about it. And unfortunately, in a sense, I can kind of understand the installers kind of rushing through it. They're trying to get everybody hooked up as fast as possible. And unfortunately, they may not spend as much time with you individually as you've wished. And we as a community can come together and help each other out in whichever way we can. I mean, post it on the sites if you want something posted on the Ancient Oaks page because you can't post directly there. Send it to me, or actually, if you can post it on your own timeline and tag Ancient Oaks, and it does show up there. But you can. We'll put stuff on our page. Any information that you feel will help others out on using this new Blue Stream system will help out. So we'll help each other out. And everybody says they're very pleased with the picture quality. So there we go. And Janet Oaks does say with the app, so the app is available, and you can, and she so obviously is watching uh, the our Bluestream programming that you get for free, where she is up there, and whatever else you've paid extra for. So if you, I don't know what you have up north, but I've heard a few people say they will be able to disconnect from their whatever dish network or something else along whatever along that line, because you'll be able to use the app to connect to what you get for free down here, and you got your TV. So it will save some of you part-time people a fair amount of money that way. You still have to have an internet connection. That is the thing but you won't have to pay for the TV services. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, a few more people has said good morning, Vicky, and we got, of course, Fred and Jan Oaks. All right, I'll try to keep up with the comments and that. Go my next item: tree trimming. Francisco and the crew have done a fantastic job. We've tried saving a little bit of money by taking the trash to the landfill ourselves instead of paying to have it hauled off. But it kind of worked the transmission a little hard on the pickup, maybe. But anyway, on our pickup, the transmission is needing repairs, going in the shop next week. And so for the last of it here, we're going to have to use the dumpsters to get them gone. Along that line, if somebody knows of a nice four-wheel drive F250 or Chevy or Ram 250 or 350 vehicle, 3/4 ton or 1 ton vehicle for sale at a reasonable price, we may look at upgrading our pickup to make sure we can uh, take care of all our stuff. The 150 is a little bit light for hauling the dump trailer, so keep that in mind. We'll be looking for that. Let me put something on the up here on the stream. The post office has installed 29 new mailboxes here, or package boxes, excuse me, package boxes. These 29, as you can see, are new, and there's 4 that had been there previously, but really they hadn't used them much, so we cleaned them up. There's one of the locks supposed to be fixed, and they are supposed to start using those as much as possible for packages. So we're hoping, especially on Friday nights, if they get here, that they put the majority of the packages in the boxes, the key in your regular mailbox, and that way you'll have access to your package when you over the weekend. And even during the week, they're supposed to be using those mailboxes for the packages, the majority of the packages. I don't imagine it'll take over 100% of the packages that we have to get in here, but it should do a lot to alleviate some boxes here in the office. One thing that we will have to do is put an awning over it, not only for the mail carriers to load it up, but when you folks pull out your packages, in case it's raining, that you have some coverage, and then also protect the boxes. Okay, we'll take that back off of there. Let's see what else I need to go through. Okay. All right. 29 mailboxes entered. Next item, I've talked about scams before, and I'm going to reiterate it because a friend of mine uh, got caught in one, and want to make sure you folks here don't get caught in the same thing. Oh, let's see. I should have better. Well, I got a good connection. Um, let's go. Scams. This scam this person got caught in and I've seen many of the same emails come to me, or they'll have a call. They are making phishing calls. They call it phishing, PHISING. Basically, and they will contact you by some method, email, letter. I've even seen some come through the postal service. You've ordered something, and they will call you and act like or tell you, just hoping that you did actually order something, and they tell you that we overcharged you, or they're even just send you a bill, accidentally send you a bill. You got connected with Norton uh, antivirus or one of the antivirus companies, and they'll use that name, and they'll tell you that you accidentally got billed for it. So do you want to get your refund? Is this bill accurate? And you'll tell them no, and I need a refund. And they say, okay, we'll refund you. And this is either online, not online, or they could be doing it by chat, but more than likely they'll do it by a phone call because they can convince people easier that way. And they will tell you, okay, we'll refund you that money. And they go to enter it in, and they enter a wrong figure. They were supposed to refund you $200, and they accidentally put two extra zeros on it, and they put down $20,000. And the guy or gal will try to convince you, oh, I made a big mistake, and it's going to be put into your account, and I'm going to get fired over this, and sob story or whatever. And they will want you to send the money to them, and they'll want cash, and they are very convincing because this friend of mine that got caught is not somebody that would assume something like that easily. And luckily for them, the UPS uh, intercepted the package and contacted them, and they found out that it was a scam, but they still did lose a fair amount of money. Uh, over $2,000. Luckily, the larger amount they were able to intercept and not get charged or lose that cash. Especially if they ask you to send cash, uh, gift cards, buy gift cards, and send them the numbers. Don't do it. There's many new scams going around. Make sure I don't lose in that. And this is once again, because this is somebody our age. I'm as old as a fair amount of people in here that have gotten scammed. And like I said, this is actually a friend of mine. So it's somebody I know. And I mean, these people are convincing. But anyway, and the emails are convincing. And I've had at my personal account, then also the manager account here. Whoops, there we go. Point the right way. There we go. That manager account that I have, the manager at aoaks.net, I've gotten a fair amount of those. They say, here's your bill, just delete it. You don't recognize it. You don't recognize the name, especially look at where it comes from. That will tell you a lot of times on it. They say this is from Norton, but yet it's got some odd email address or even a Gmail account. Don't believe it. Just delete it. They will contact you if it's an actual bill, and you'll see something that you can actually identify as being from a company. But be very cautious on stuff like that, and don't ever believe anybody that says that, well, they overpaid you and send money back, because the check that they sent you or the information they sent you that they overpaid will be bogus. They will never hit your account, and the money that you sent them will be gone. They'll find a way of not it being able to be traced. If you have gotten scammed, I sure hope you haven't, but do contact the police here locally. There is I recently downloaded the uh, Okeechobee um, Sheriff's Office now has an app. I don't know if you can see it. If I hold it up, you can see it on my phone. There on the bottom, Okeechobee County Sheriff's Office, and it pulls up, and there you go. And they have alerts, and they put out some of the scam alerts. So be cautious of that. And I'll mention again about Facebook. We're on Facebook, and everybody's a lot of people on Facebook. There is also a new scams going around, and they call it a heart tugging scam, a heart tugging post. They will post something, and I've seen them mainly on buy and sell sites. They will post a lost, injured person, dog, animal. Uh, right now, there's mainly been uh, either people, kids, autistic child with a dog, uh, or an elderly person, silver alert, this person took off, we don't see him. Uh, this injured, lost dog, are hit and run. I've taken it to the vets, it's chipped. Please bump this post so I can find the owner. But they have the comments shut off. And check anytime before you share a post like that, look at the person who posted it. If that is the one and only post, it is like 99% obvious that it's a scam. If they got the comments shut off, one, how are they going to find out? You tell them that you found this person or dog or found the owner, or uh, that is the one and only post. And they, especially if they say this is a she, and you look at the profile picture and it's a male or vice versa, they're just throwing that out there, and they use a very convincing post and they'll change up the picture some. And the same thing with the converter ones. Make this person famous for stealing the converters. If that is their one and only post, what they do, they put that post up, get the shares, and after they have the shares, they will change that post to a fantastic real estate type deal. And anything on apartments or owning real estate do, they will ask you for financial information. And once they've done that, because you shared it out, somebody may click on that post that, oh, this my friend shared it, so it must be legit. They'll click on that post, and people once again be separated for the money. So be very careful on that. That's my PSA, public service announcement for the day. All right. Spent a lot of time on that, I know, but I don't want anybody to lose thousands of dollars, and because these people are very convincing. They are very convincing when they try to separate you from your money. Storage in Marina. April 1st, not only was your quarterly or yearly maintenance due on April 1st, but also your marina and storage. If you do not get your storage or marina paid, you will lose your spot. There is a waiting list, and people are waiting with bated breath for spots to come up. So you have a storage, you have marina, get it in here and get it paid so that you don't lose your spot. And on that, um, I've kind of, because of the limited availability of spots, we still, if you have a storage spot, we still will not allow subletting. If you own it, but you can allow another person, as long as there's room, to park on your lot with you, your storage lot, okay? Or you can allow somebody else to use your slip with permission. And I want you to give us that, whoever you've allowed to do that, to be in your spot in writing to the office so we can put it on your account and in the computer, so I don't have people abusing this. But because of that, I'll let, as long as it doesn't interfere with anything else, and so we'll let you loan some of your space in your storage or marina with somebody else. No subletting though. You can't own a lot, not park on it, and get the money from somebody else. That's still not going to be allowed. But we will allow you to share some of your, if you have room, and then and make sure nobody abuses this rule, and that will might alleviate a little bit of our tightness on storage lots and save some people some money. Okay. I hope everyone's okay with that and that understands what I'm saying on that. Any questions on that storage, get to me. But it is due. If your storage or marina lot is due, you need to get it paid. Okay. Uh, Tammy sent many of the statements by email this time. If you have a problem not being able to print your statement or respond by that way, call Tammy and she will email you a hard copy. Those that do not have emails in the top system, you will get a paper copy. We're trying to save on postage. Everybody knows what it costs to send a letter nowadays, printing and postage, and save the park a little bit of money that way. All right. I still show that I got connected to everybody. 42 people here and all that. I haven't seen any recent comments. Hope I haven't bored everybody to death. Okay. Just for the uh, algorithm for Facebook and YouTube, hit that like button. Just reach over, move your mouse over, move your thumb over, and hit that like button so that it gets it out for all those that are associated with Ancient Oaks that we like that. Vivian is updates on the checks. All I can tell you is I did ask Bluestream if they have any more return to them that they'll bring to us and we'll call and that, but I haven't heard that any have come in yet. If there is some, they will bring them to us and we'll send them out. I'm keeping my list right here and updating it, and I email uh, Bluestream that these people have not got their checks yet, and they are supposed to be following up. And either I assume that they eventually will reissue them if they got lost. The problem with the post office, any return mail, when we've done mailing, sometimes it's been well over a month before they return the mail to us. I don't know what happens if where why it does not get returned quickly, but that's all I can say. I'd send that information to Bluestream. They are supposed to take care of it that way. I can't write it for them. So, but they have been notified. If you've told me you did not get your check, they have been notified on it. And the next checks will be sent out in the mail the first week of May. So that is next week, right? First week of May, the next checks will be mailed out. The return address this time is supposed to be the office here. So if your mailbox is closed, it will come back to the office and then we'll take care of them from there. Okay, that question taken care of. Any updates on Bluestream checks? Last item I have on this, I did mention it on my last Managers Live. We have done some more investigation on being able to move to electronic voting, the capability of electronic voting. The folks who do it, it is a hybrid. Those that want to vote electronically will be able to vote electronically. We have to pass a resolution and you have to opt in. You'll get some information this summer on that, but very likely it definitely looks like we'll be moving that way so that it will make it easier to vote, save us on postage and mailing and paper and everything else. And the vote tabulation, if a majority of the people go to the electronic mailing, the vote tabulation should be quicker on that day. But if you want to have the hard copy vote, that will still happen. And when we print out the ballots and all that, we have to get them in the mail pretty quick unless you opt to pick them up at the office. So be looking for those. Let's see, we have to have 35 days in advance of our second Wednesday in January. So those will have to be sent out. And so in December, you'll need to pick up your ballots. And that is it on my list. I'll check to see. My feed is completely locked up for Jim. All right, I don't know. Hopefully everybody else is doing okay. Um, I am supposed to be connected to our Ethernet, so hopefully I've been putting out a good signal. Um, I will watch it myself if it is locked up. I believe it is recorded somewhere. I don't think StreamYard records. I believe they record it for me. So, alrighty, that does it Everybody have a great weekend. Our weather here is a little bit rainy today. I didn't look at the forecast over the weekend, so we may have a little bit of rain. I understand there's been some bad weather up north, and people, in fact, uh, Lee Carpenter was telling me that his house was damaged by a tornado. So I feel for you folks that you had, if you had any damage up north. Hopefully, it's not too bad and no loss of life or anything like that. And really sorry about that if you had any tornado damage. Okay, it's been good talking to you. Appreciate everybody that has got on and those that watch it on the replay. I try to check every single question here on that. Hopefully, haven't missed anybody. Once again, sometimes providers don't get the comments possibly over to us as quickly as possible. I don't think I've missed any questions, so hopefully not. You should have my email, manager at aox.net. I'll put that on here for just a second. Let's go to a different banner. Let's see. Um, haven't put it on. Here we go. We'll change that. All right. Manager at aox.net. That is how you can send me an email. And if you need anything, phone number is listed on the front of the office here. If you email me and you need my phone number to contact me, no problem. Or call the office number. They'll give you my cell phone number to get a hold of me. I like using my cell phone because connects to my hearing aids and I can hear a lot better than trying to listen to the other phone. All right. Have a good weekend. Live long and prosper. We will see you on the next one.